Good morning, North Coast. My name is Ange Phoenix, coming to you live from our studio in the heart of Ballito. We have a jam-packed lineup for you this morning. I will be chatting to Warren Loader from Thoughts of a Middle-Aged Man blog, who is going to be sharing a very interesting story with us. We also have Brendon from Dine in Sharkers Rock, who is going to be sharing a little bit about his restaurant and what they will be offering during the level 4 lockdown restrictions. We also have Landman in studio from Simply Models, who will be talking about her academy and all the services that she offers. Then I have the privilege of talking to the beautiful Catelyn Weston, who is one of our Miss Ballito finalists. And in closing, I'm going to be chatting to Annabelle Costa from the Costa attorneys about a very interesting topic, the footstewards clause, which we find in our contract. So very exciting. But firstly, I'm handing over to our very own Claudia Greenwood for our daily inspiration. Good morning, Claudia.
Morning, Ange. Thank you very much.
Only our pleasure.
Lovely to be here again. So today I've chosen the topic about setting positive intentions. And the reason why I chose that topic is that I'm finding more and more my clients are having problems with being overwhelmed with all sorts of worries and fear and anxiety about everything that's going wrong and everything that they can't change. So it's a very topical situation and topic that we're going, or time that we're going through with these challenges. And it's not only, for certain people. And I find it myself as well. I'm caught up in certain things that concern me. But what happens is when our mind goes onto those thoughts and we're consumed with those thoughts of everything that's going wrong, that's where our attention is. And it brings up all sorts of emotions that then keep us stuck. So how do we shift this? Okay, what we should actually be doing is catching ourselves in the moment, realizing if I'm feeling a negative emotion, fear, worry, stress, anxiety, concern, even anger, okay, then I'm consumed with negative thoughts. What I should be doing is actually focusing on the outcome I actually want. So what is it that I desire? How do I want to feel? Let's use an example. I think a lot of people can maybe relate to this. They wanted to maybe purchase a new car, okay, and they've got something in mind. And immediately when you've got something in mind, where does your attention go? It goes on that particular car, that particular color, right? And what do? You start seeing more of them.
You do.
All right. Now, does it mean that those cars all suddenly appeared?
No.
Absolutely not. Those cars were always there, but you didn't see them because your attention wasn't on that car. So what happens in your situations that you're dealing with, life experiences? The more we focus on what is going wrong or what's making us scared or worried, that's where our mind is. And fear, worry, anger, anxiety, they are all low vibrations. Okay? They make us feel heavy, they make us feel sluggish, and we don't actually see a solution when we're in that mindset. What we should do is actually shift our intention onto what is it that I desire, what is it that I want. So as soon as you start shifting that, and whether it is I want to feel peaceful or I want to do well in this job interview or show up for my family, then you're engaging positive emotions, which is like, you know what, I can do this. Then I get courage because I feel more sort of hopeful. And as you do that, you start feeling more energetic. Okay, you're raising your emotional vibration. And what that does is it frees you up to be creative and you find solutions. So my tip for today is set positive intentions from early in the morning. When you wake up, decide how you want to experience that day. Doesn't matter what's happening out there. You can't control those things, but you can control your thoughts. So put your thoughts on positive intentions, positive outcomes, and then be creative. You owe that to yourself, and you can do that. That is one thing that you can control, and you can do this.
That is wonderful. It really is. The power of the mind is really, really incredible. Thank you so much, Claudia. It's been great having you in studio with us this morning. We are going to be heading into a quick ad break, after which I will be chatting to Warren Loader. Stay tuned. Welcome back to GMNC. With me now in studio, I have Warren Loader from Thoughts of a Middle-Aged Man blog. Warren, thank you so much for being with us. It's great to meet you. Warren, just for those viewers who haven't seen you on the show before or don't know your blog, tell us a little bit about Warren, about the blog, and what your inspiration behind it is.
Well, yeah, I decided to write down my stories. On weekends we go with my boys and we go adventuring, and I just thought it was a good idea to write them down. Let people experience what we experience on the weekends.
That is amazing. So because I noticed you started that Sundays are your adventure day. Is that every Sunday is adventure day in the Loader household?
No, just, just when we get the idea to go out and do something.
Awesome. Warren, I also noticed that you're good with words, you're good with storytelling, you really want to create an experience for your audience. Where does that inspiration and that passion come from?
I really don't know, actually. I really don't know. I just sit down and I just start writing. I never sort of rewrite a story. It just comes into my mind, I write it down, and that's it, really. It's
brilliant, really. I read this specific blog, and it's called The Cannibal's Cage. So I'm going to hand over to you. Tell us about this adventure, what happened. It's really interesting.
Okay, well, one weekend, a friend of mine, Brendon, phoned me up and said he's found a story in an old book, and it's about cannibal caves, and it's just outside Ballito. So I said, okay, well, we've got to go and try and find it. Mm-hmm. So one weekend, Brendon picked me up and picked up myself and the two boys, Dine and Landman, and we went off to go and look for it. And all we had was an old map from about 1960, and it said 36 miles from the Fairbreeze Hotel, which is near Tongaat. So we took a drive, and halfway down the road we actually got muddled up to which was miles and which was kilometers, and we lost track of what was going on. So we thought it couldn't be too difficult to find the place, but we couldn't find it anywhere. So eventually we went to a police station and we said to the police there, can you help us out? And he said, no problem. He said, that's fine, give me half an hour. He locked up the police station. He said, come with me, and we went to an old induna down the road who said, okay, well, follow me. So we had this whole long trek going up the hill, and all of a sudden we came around this corner and there were these huge big rocks or boulders on the side of the hill. And yeah, we got out, and he said he's just got to go, and the policeman said he's just going to go and speak to the people that live close by. Mm-hmm. And we went into the caves, and it was amazing. It was exactly like the one photograph that we had seen of it. It looked exactly the same, which was taken over 100 years earlier. And the boys were so excited, they were running around looking for bits of bones for these cannibals. And they came out and they said, Dad, there's ghosts in this cave. And we said, that's rubbish, it can't be ghosts. And we went inside and we heard these little voices inside there. And we looked up, and there at the top end of the cave, there's a little opening, and there's all the little local kids with their heads inside looking in to see what is going on. And yeah, so that was the story of the cave. And afterwards we said to the induna, what is the real story about the cave? You've obviously been here for many years, you know what happened. And it turned out that back in the days when Shaka was living in Quadakuza, there was a group of Zulu people that were a clan that didn't want to conform and join up with the Zulus. So they came out the forest and they went and hid in a cave. And the Zulu impis actually caught up with them and killed all of them. And years later, about 20 years later, there was a missionary who was from America, I think it was, who came out, and he was looking for a place to set up his mission, and he found the caves. And he presumed that they were cannibal caves because there were still bones lying all over the place. So that's how it got its name, Cannibal Caves. But yeah, so the story is interesting, and it ties up with the whole local history story of Quadakuza. And I mean, anybody can take a drive out there. It's a 15-minute drive, and there you're back into 200 years of South African history.
That is amazing. It's so phenomenal that we have these stories right on our doorstep and we don't even know about it.
Yeah.
You know, my son is 13, and he was fascinated by this little story. So we're very excited. Thank you so much for sharing with us. Keep writing. I think it's inspirational, and it motivates the young writers out there who are looking for some inspiration and something to feed off. But we're very excited. You are having a weekly slot with us, so we will check in with you next week again.
Excellent. Sounds
and take
good.
it from there. Thank you so much, Warren.
Pleasure.
We will be heading into a quick ad break, after which I will be talking to Brendon Balaram from Dine in Sharkers Rock. Stay tuned.
Life is all about those special moments of feeling empowered and uplifted and feeling great about yourself. Ballito TV is so excited to bring you Season 2 of A New You. Alongside our incredible partners, we will take you on a journey of upliftment and empowerment and bring the sunshine back into your life. Send us a photo and a motivation of no more than 150 words of why we should choose you. So hurry up and send them in to anewyou@ballito.tv.
Hello everyone, my name is Zoe Sturgeon and I will be bringing you all things music and entertainment right here on Good Morning North Coast. You can catch me every Friday between 6 to 7 a.m.
You were out wearing your red and blue. He held your hand, can't stay alone, you know it's true. Flashing lights try to disturb my view from here. I can see clear.
Welcome back to GMNC. Right now I have Brendon Balaram in studio with me from Dine in Sharkers Rock. We will be talking about food, my favorite. Welcome, Brendon. Lovely to have you with us.
Thank you for having us, Angelique.
Brendon, quick one. Where does Dine In come from? When did it start? What is the history behind your restaurant?
So we actually based at the Relax Inn Boutique Hotel, and we actually started off as a result of COVID, as a result of the lockdown.
Oh, wow.
So we've always had the in-house restaurant for our guests and the hotel guests.
Yes.
But when the lockdown restrictions hit us, we were forced to actually change and start focusing on a new stream of income. So what we found is that the restaurant worked perfectly because we already had the chefs in-house.
Lovely.
And we thought about it and we created a menu, and before we knew it, we started off with the takeaway because when lockdown initially relaxed a bit, it allowed for takeaways. So we initially started with that, and we thought, we've got the beautiful sea views and things like that. And what more can we do to actually, get more revenue coming in? And so we decided we created a menu around the local Indian cuisine. So the biryanis, the famous bani chows and things like that.
Okay.
And we just worked from there.
Lovely. Look, it's at least one success story that comes out of COVID, right?
No, definitely.
What has level lockdown for now currently? Has something sprung from that? Is there any new offerings you're offering your clients in this new system we're finding ourselves in?
We're very excited to actually announce that we actually have a tandoori oven that we've just recently installed.
Yay.
And with that comes in a whole lot, a new variety of North Indian cuisine, like not local, but proper North Indian cuisine.
Okay.
And we have a chef from India as well that's come through. So we're now specializing in a whole lot of chicken tikkas and butter chickens and kormas and things like that.
Lovely. What is the difference? Can you just quickly explain to me what the difference from a normal Indian cuisine to a traditional northern?
It's actually the spices.
Okay.
So the Indians in South Africa have actually adapted to a whole level of different taste and spices.
Okay.
So when you actually eat the food, you actually taste the difference in terms of the flavors. Like I think South Africa has a more a wider variety of spices,
yes.
and they incorporate a lot of the local cuisine into their meals.
Of course, yes.
And whereas with the Indian dishes, they more incorporate things like cream and stuff like that within their curries. So it's a
Okay.
very different. It's nice to actually compare. And we give you the opportunity now to actually taste the difference
Stunning.
between what's offered locally and what
Okay.
you'd find actually internationally as well.
Well, you will definitely be seeing me very soon.
I'm happy to hear that.
Brendon, also, is there anything specific the community can do right now to support you guys?
You know, we've received great help from the community in terms of the online orders.
Okay.
We've recently subscribed to Uber Eats as well as Mr. Delivery,
Awesome.
and the feedback has been awesome. So we really, really appreciate the community support, and just give us a try. And that's all we ask. Give us a try, taste what we're about, and yeah, that's all we ask.
And how do we find you? What is your social media handles? Instagram, Facebook? Do you have a website?
We're on Instagram and Facebook at the moment. It's at Dine in Ballito, so that's our handle, and you can follow all our specials. At the moment we have a weekly special, and it ranges from as little as 30 Rand for a meal right up to 100 Rand.
That is
So
very affordable.
it's really affordable, and it talks to the current situation people are
Absolutely.
facing. I mean, you know,
Yes.
families need wholesome meals, and that's what we're about, providing cost-effective, wholesome meals, and yeah, that's it.
Fantastic. Brendon, thank you so much. I think there's a lot of us. I'm from Joburg, so Durban
Yeah.
has definitely won me over with your curries and your flavors. So I am hooked. You will definitely see me and my family soon. For our
great.
viewers, please go out and support our local restaurants, especially in these current times. It is tough. But Brendon, thank you so much for chatting to us. We hope to see you soon. I will definitely be seeing you soon.
Thank you. Yeah, and we're going to hold you to that.
Definitely. We're going to go into a quick ad break, after which I will be chatting to Landman from Simply Models. Stay tuned.
Most people don't realize there's a lot of alternative options for safety glasses to these standard, somewhat unfashionable, sometimes impractical safety goggles we all know, especially if you need to fit them over prescription glasses. Not even to talk if you're only using reading glasses. Whether you're on a construction site or working in a factory, maybe you're working in a mine. I know you might be working in the front line in the hospital. Or you simply need safety on the sport field. Safety glasses can even be a little bit more fashionable. All of these options are available with and without prescription and come standard with certification for the Occupational Health and Safety Regulations. Pop in to Kyk Optometrist for your safety glasses.
Arms around me like a border, like the air I breathe. I let you in, keep me warm underneath my skin. 'Cause I'm giving in to your touch. I can never get enough. Diving deep
Greetings, sports fans. My name is Matt Williams, and I'll be your sports reporter on the brand new show called Good Morning North Coast. Catch the sports reports every Friday and Monday morning between 6 and 7.
Good morning, welcome back to GMNC. Right now I have Landman from Simply Models in studio with me. Welcome, Corin.
Good morning, thank you for having me.
It's only our pleasure. You are definitely a very familiar face in our little town, so good to chat to you again. Corin, just a quick one. I want to ask you a little bit about your academy, Simply Models. Where did it start? What is it about? Can you just elaborate a little bit?
Yes, so I've actually studied teaching and I love working with kids. It's always been a dream of mine, you know, to empower the youth and to be involved in the youth. So when we moved to Ballito in 2009, I took an image consulting course and, you know, that just all led to my inspiration, you know, to teach young girls and to empower them as well. I've also done modeling as a young girl and I took part in a few pageants and I enjoyed it so much, you know, and I thought I would like to give the girls on the North Coast the opportunity to also experience that and to build their self-confidence. Absolutely. So yeah, we've been going since 2009 and we absolutely love it. We've seen little girls growing up, you know. Yeah, some of them getting married and having their own families. So it's nice to keep in contact with our models because we all become like a little family, you know. So it's quite nice to see how they've changed over the years.
Lovely. Corin, and what services do you offer at your academy?
So we teach from little girls from the age of 3 until about 18, you know, we've got that age group. But then we also have moms and young ladies that come to us for, you know, just to build their self-confidence, to help them in different areas of their lives. So for the little ones, you know, we start with things like public speaking, table manners. We teach them how to set a table, how to behave when they go to a restaurant.
So a bit of etiquette in there as well,
etiquette and manners and everything else. So it's quite nice to see how they enjoy learning new things that they didn't know. So,
Look, I think for our young girls, you know, it's a very pressurized environment when it comes to modeling and pageantry. I can only assume the pressure in terms of the bullying and the, you know, just the stigma that's attached to it. So how do you deal or how do you inspire your students to manage those expectations and yet still be comfortable and confident in who they are?
Yeah. So we do one-on-one sessions with the girls as well. We've got class setups, but then we also have one-on-one sessions with our girls, and we teach them all about social media. You know, how to behave, friendships, how to form friendships, how to be comfortable in their own skin, how to be confident. So all of that leads up to the person as a whole. So we do also have classes about bullying, you know. And,
fantastic. So needed, in today's world.
It's so needed in today's society. So
especially cyberbullying. It's not the normal,
yes, that's a big thing, especially for our teens. They all have different social media platforms that they go onto.
Of course,
so we do teach them about social media etiquette as well.
Stunning. Then also, how does your classes work? Is there specific times, specific dates, I'm assuming, for different age groups? Where are you based? Where's your venue?
So we are at Relax Inn at this beautiful venue that Brendon just spoke about. We're very blessed to have a beautiful venue. And our classes are on Wednesdays for our little ones from 4 to 5, and on Thursdays for our older groups from 4 to 5 as well.
Lovely. Corin, where can anybody get hold of you if they're interested in enrolling with you? What is your social media handles? How can they get in contact?
We are on Instagram, and we are also on Facebook, so they can follow us on Facebook. That's our biggest following at the moment.
Course, yes, okay.
Yes, and then we also help the girls if they want to do pageants. We train them for pageants. Lovely. Or to be part of fashion shows. Stunning. We do photo shoots of the girls.
Lovely.
We also try and create opportunities for them where they can go out and earn a bit of extra pocket money by doing events and hosting. You know, we host a lot of events.
Yes,
so we also try and get the girls involved in that as well. And
Beautiful.
then also castings when they, some of our models have been in some series and movies, adverts. So that's quite nice to see how they also earn extra money through doing those type of things.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Corin. So for those young girls who are interested in the modelling and the pageantry, even the filming industry, please get in touch with Corin from Simply Models. Corin, thank you so much for being with us. It was lovely chatting to you again this morning.
Thank you for having me.
We are going to be heading into a quick ad break, after which I will be chatting to the beautiful Catelyn Weston, who is one of our Miss Ballito finalists. Stay tuned.
At Dine Skryfbehoeftes Ballito, we offer an array of convenience services for our clients. Our friendly team will take care of your orders, from picking to packing and arranging them for your office. We offer delivery to businesses along the North Coast to Richards Bay to help you save even more time. Proudly Ballito.
Welcome back to GMNC. Right now in studio, I have with me the beautiful Catelyn. I'm going to get your your surname right this time. Weston. It's great having you with us.
Thank you for having
Welcome, Catelyn.
Thank you.
So, Catelyn, you are one of our Miss Ballito finalists.
I am, yes.
Congratulations. That's very exciting. And tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you from?
So I'm actually from Ballito.
Okay.
I grew up here. I went to Umhlali Primary School.
Oh, wow, okay.
And then I went to Potchefstroom for high school actually, and I studied there for a year, but then I came back. I was in a car accident, so then I came back, and then I just decided, I want to stay here, because obviously when I was younger, hearing about Miss Ballito, it was always so inspiring to watch it. So then, So then I moved back.
And what are your interests, Catelyn? What is your hobbies? What are your passions?
So I really enjoy like the outdoors and exercising, and like there's a local gym here as well. It's called Pitman.
Yes.
And it's absolutely my favorite. So then it's like my morning thing and my afternoon thing as well. And yeah, animals. I love helping animals because obviously they can't speak for themselves.
Absolutely.
So if I can help them in any way, I really do want to do that.
What is your goal, your 5-year goal?
My 5-year goal, I really want to get into physiotherapy again. So that was what I was studying, but obviously I didn't carry on with that. So I've just been doing courses in between for fitness and, you know, coaching and all that type of thing. But long term, I do want to get back into physiotherapy.
Stunning. Yes. It's always good if you've got a beautiful face and you've got a brain and aspirations behind it.
Yeah.
We are rooting for you 100%. Catelyn, any charities, specific charities you are focusing on during your...
So there are 2.
Okay.
So the little project that we have to do, I'm focusing on an orphanage. It's called Summer Hill House.
Okay.
So I'm going to go in there and we're going to chat and just slowly, you know, grow. So I'll just start small and then we'll just grow from our little projects and we'll just expand.
Okay.
And then also Sable's Creatures, yeah, so for the animals. So just as much as we can, you know, raise money or get food or vet bills paid, things like that. So
is there anything the public can help to assist?
Yeah, they can, you know, vet bills, obviously, you know, that's the main thing, is that vet bills and food is a big thing for Sable's Creatures, yeah.
Hundreds.
Yeah.
And where are they based? Are they local?
Yeah, they're local shockers,
Okay.
yeah.
Fantastic. Catelyn, what do you hope to achieve by entering the Miss Ballito pageant? What is your aim with this? Say you get the crown, where to from there?
You know, with me, my self-confidence and everything is so low, but doing this was like a huge step. So I just really want to inspire like younger people, like looking up and saying, oh, I can't do this, I can't do this. So you can do it. So just basically to inspire others to help the community and to just stand up for yourself. And, you know, what you believe in, you must carry on with that as well.
It really is,
So,
I think, and especially with your generation, you know, young girls.
Exactly.
Again, I'm talking to Corin about all the pressures and the social media bullying that's going on. So I think it's a phenomenal step that you've taken to enroll yourself in something like this that will build your confidence and really put you out there. Have you been a victim of any of
I have
social media bullying?
Yeah, well, not social media, just like general, like school bullying, because I used to be like very, you know, sport, and I used to sort of be built like a boy, you know, six-pack and, you know, flat-chested and all that. So yeah, so it was kind of being bullied, and then from there I just learned, you know, just ignore what other people say, and you have to just, you know, believe in yourself first before anyone else can actually believe in you.
And it's true, it almost ties into what Claudia was saying this morning about, you know, just reconditioning our minds and the way we see things. But I'm really so proud of you. It's such an honor to have met you. We will be keeping our eye on you and rooting for you 100%. Thank you so much for spending some time with us this morning, and we will keep a lookout for you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I forgot your name again. Sorry, Catelyn. Stay tuned. After the break, I will be talking to Annabelle Costa from the Costa Attorneys.
Please welcome our Miss Ballito 2021 finalists to Tassos. We're celebrating Friday with Ballito TV.
Hi, I'm Caitlin Weston.
Hi, I'm Megan Lane.
Hello, I'm Twiggy Zovila, guys.
Hi, my name is Candace Darasami.
Good evening, my name is Samgal Siwetwele.
Hi, my name is Lahle Makanya. Hello, I'm Julie Blevin.
We love Tassos and Ballito TV.
Welcome back to GMNC. Right now in studio with me, I have Annabelle from the Costa attorneys. Welcome, Annabelle. Nice to have you with us.
Morning. Thanks for having me on the show.
Annabelle, just a quick one. Tell us a little bit about the Costa attorneys. Who are you guys and what do you specialize in?
So we're a property law firm. I started back in 2009 out of my house, and now we have 2 offices and 21 staff. One office is in Simbiti Office Park, so we're local, and the other one is Mount Edgecombe.
Lovely.
Yeah, we specialize in property law. That's our passion.
Fantastic. And how long have you been around for?
Since 2009, so coming up 12 years.
Lovely.
Yeah, the end of the year.
Annabelle, you've chosen a very interesting topic for us this morning, which is everything around the footstewards clause when it comes to contracts. Can you just quickly elaborate for me what exactly does footstewards mean?
Okay, so basically in property transactions, when somebody's buying a property, there's always a clause in the agreement. I'm not talking about a developer's agreement, talking about just between normal buyers and sellers, that says that the property is sold as is, with all hidden and obvious defects, so latent and patent defects. What we're finding is that buyers, there's an obligation on them to familiarize themselves with the property they're buying, and the seller basically says, you're buying it as is and we take no responsibility for anything. So a big bane of our jobs is there's often a dispute that happens between buyers and sellers at the end of our transaction. When they take occupation, they then come in and they're horrified at the state of the property, and it turns out that the property was in that state when they bought it. They just didn't notice because they didn't take the time to go and inspect. The only time a seller can't rely on the footstewards clause, so basically the as-is clause, is if they were aware of a hidden defect. So patent defect is obvious, that you should be able to see. They don't have to disclose that. But the hidden ones that they know about, they are meant to disclose. So then you get a situation where did you know or did you not know? And then, a meeting of...
How would you know they're even telling the truth? I mean,
exactly.
Maybe they didn't know, sincerely.
Exactly, and the duty is on a buyer to then prove that the seller knew. So in this town, you've got a lot of holiday homes, and people rent them out or permanently, they're not here. So how do you prove a seller knew that the towels were all lifting on the floor if they haven't been there for 2 years or whatever? So it does cause issues where there can be a happy transaction for most of the time, and then it all just blows up at the end, and we get caught in the middle, the agents get caught in the middle. It's just unfortunate. So what we say to buyers when you're buying is, please take the extra time and do the inspections that you should be doing. You technically should be on a freestanding house going up into the roof and checking that the trusses all look sound. You should be turning on the air conditioners. You should be turning on the taps, flushing toilets. Not too practical. So if you're not going to do that, then you need to maybe put a warranty by the seller that those things are on order, that there's no damp, etc., etc. And if from a seller's point of view, we say, please take the time to know your property to then disclose in the sale agreement, because if you disclose, then the buyer can't come back and ask you to fix it. It was there. But that's just doesn't happen in this fast-paced life. And we have to pick up the pieces at the end.
It's horrible, because buying a home is such a personal thing, and it's huge, and it's quite a big money that you're spending at the end of the day, and it can really cause such a negative experience for you, and just dampen the whole excitement around purchasing a new home.
Absolutely.
How does the CPA come into play here? Does the CPA override a footstewards clause? Or?
So the Consumer Protection Act came into existence to protect the general public from unscrupulous business practices, basically. And from a property point of view, it deals with contracts where the seller is doing it in the ordinary course of business. Those fall under the CPA. So you've got the sales from developers or something like that. Those are governed by the CPA. And accordingly, you can't have a blanket footstewards clause. So we do get clients who have heard that word, and they say, we can't have a footstewards clause in our agreements because of the CPA, and we actually no, this is just an ordinary transaction that's not meant to fall under that, so you can. And quite honestly, if I was a seller, I would never sell a property if it wasn't as is. So
And outside of, is there any companies out there that actually specializes in doing inspections on properties before you purchase? Are there actually companies out there who do?
There are, absolutely, and funny enough, there's a new property practitioners bill which is going to come into existence. We don't know when, because it's actually got quite a lot of issues surrounding it and the practicalities of when it's implemented. I think, it can't get implemented just yet, but when it does, there will be an obligation on all sellers to provide an inspection report.
Okay,
so until that happens, we've got to deal with it with, you can request an inspection report at this point, but then you must pay for it if you're a buyer. And that can be quite expensive, and then you potentially then move on to the next property, you do another inspection report, etc. So in reality, they're not doing them at the moment, but there are a few companies out there that do, if you would like it. Yeah.
Look, from our perspective, because we're actually in the market, for buying a home now before, and we've been through the process previously doing that same thing. And I think a lot of times, when it comes to individuals, they don't want to be a pain to the seller. So you come in the first time around, you inspect the house, but you don't always see on your first round what you would see on your second round. It's like looking at a car. You'll wash the car the first time and there's a scratch, but second time you go around and you'll notice another scratch. It's the same principle. So I found, I'd rather be the pain. I'd rather call up the seller and go, if you don't mind, could I come through and just do another inspection? And even taking it further, from a structural point of view, which is a biggie, damp can be fixed, roof trusses can be fixed, cupboards can be fixed, but I think the biggest problem usually comes in with structural issues. Are you able to get an engineer in and just ask an engineer to come and do an inspection, pay him a fee? Do you often find that's done?
Sometimes people do. You get diligent buyers, and then you just get buyers who don't want to be a pain, and it's a big investment, so you really should be quite diligent about it. But yes, absolutely, you can get a whole team. You can structure a deal in this country pretty much however you want. So you could say, give me 10 days to do due diligence on this property, and then you can bring in whoever you want, your decorators, your architects, your everything like that, and then you can decide whether you want to continue or you just buy and hope for the best, and But yes, definitely. So we also have the situation with defects appear because you come back again now.
Of course.
You've already signed. Now, was this an issue before when you signed? So transactions are taking a bit longer than they usually do because of COVID and deeds office delays and council short staff and all that. So the next thing, was this damage in the cupboard there when I signed it?
Exactly.
Then if it wasn't there, then the seller has to fix it because risk hasn't passed.
Of course.
Was there a massive storm that now has lifted a whole bunch of tiles? Well, when did that happen? That's also...
I think so at the end of the day, the onus lies on the buyer to do due diligence. It's his responsibility to make sure that he's done a proper inspection. And that's really what it comes down to.
And we tell agents to just take photos when they're listing property. They're not responsible for the property itself and for knowing everything about the property, but pictures of when they listed it or when they took someone through or whatever is very helpful, because you can then ascertain if it's an old problem, new problem, go from there.
Awesome. Thank you, Annabelle. Annabelle, where can our viewers find you guys? What is your social media handles?
So if you just go to our website, we've got all our social media links there, the www.dacostaattorneys.co.za. And we're in Simbiti Office Park if anyone ever needs us to handle any transactions. So we do transfers, bonds, developments, subdivisions, consolidations, anything to do with property, just not property litigation.
Okay, that is perfect. Thank you so much for being in studio with us today. I believe you're with us again next week on another topic. We are going to be heading into our weather and surf report with Heili and Deon. Stay tuned.
Good morning everyone, and welcome to your weather for today. Today's weather reminds me of myself. Plenty of sunshine but a little bit breezy in the afternoons. starting off with a high of 27 degrees and a low of 15 degrees. The real feel will be 25 degrees and the real feel shade 24 degrees. We have a northeasterly wind of up to 17 kilometers per hour and wind gusts of up to 35 kilometers per hour. Also, we have no chance of showers today, which is fantastic. The sun will rise at 6:51 a.m. and the sunset will be at 5:10 p.m. Next up will be your surf report, brought to you by Deon Bosman from Victory Surf. Have a good day.
Good morning, Ballito, and welcome to Thursday morning's beach report. And kite season has definitely started. On Tuesday we had that nice big easterly, and today once again a big easterly, but a lovely warm 24 degrees day is predicted, and the kiteboarders and the wing surfers will be very, very happy. And Tiffany's Reef this afternoon will be full of wings and stuff, so you'll be able to see the guys doing all their moves at Tiffany's Reef this afternoon. Unfortunately, the northerly breeze this morning is not good for surf, although there's a couple of nice peaks around, but it's only going to be fun for about an hour or two, and then that easterly will settle in. But a beautiful day to be on the beach and beautiful day to be on the East Coast. Enjoy your Thursday. It's another school holiday day. Have a fun day and get out there.
Welcome back to GMNC. Up next, we have our musician showcase for today, which is Nick Pitman. welcome back. This morning I'm wrapping up our first week of Good Morning North Coast. We are so excited. We want to thank all our guests, all our sponsors and all our viewers. We will see you tomorrow morning, same time, 6 a.m. We'll see you there.